In the early 13th century, a hidden fortress lay perched atop a mountain in Persia. This was Alamut, home to the legendary Hashashin, an elite order feared across the Muslim world. Known for their deadly precision and mysterious tactics, they struck fear into the hearts of rulers for over a century. Often referred to as the Assassins, their name, Hashashin, was linked to legends that still linger. But now, an unstoppable force was approaching, one that would spell the end of their shadowy empire, the Mongols, led by Hulagu Khan, grandson of the great Genghis Khan. This is the story of the Mongol conquest of the Hashashin at Alamut. The Hashashin, also known as the Assassins, were a secretive sect known as the Nizari Ismailis. From their fortified mountain strongholds, they launched targeted assassinations, striking fear into their enemies. Their legend grew over the years, with tales of fearless warriors ready to die for their cause. But in 1256, this small but deadly order faced a new challenge. Hulagu Khan, tasked by his brother, the great Khan Mongol, was leading an unstoppable Mongol army westward. His mission was clear: crush any resistance from Baghdad to Alamut. Hulagu Khan assembled a massive force for his campaign, a multi-ethnic army of Mongols, Chinese engineers, Christian allies, and local levies. His task was not only to subdue the Nizari Ismailis, but to bring all of Persia and Mesopotamia under Mongol control. As his army approached the heart of Hashashin territory, rumors spread of the Mongols' ruthless tactics. Hulagu was determined to show no mercy to those who dared defy the Mongol Empire. The Hashashin's leader, Rukn al-Din Kursha, faced a harrowing choice. He could fight to the last man, risking the annihilation of his people, or submit to the Mongols and hope for mercy. The Hashashin had long survived by striking from the shadows, not by facing armies in open battle. But the Mongols would not be easily intimidated. Kursha hesitated, torn between survival and honor, as Hulagu's army drew closer, like a storm about to break. As Hulagu reached the mountainous region of Alamut, he brought with him a terrifying array of siege weapons: giant trebuchets, battering rams, and catapults. The fortress of Alamut, thought to be impregnable, faced an enemy unlike any it had ever seen. Rukn al-Din, realizing the gravity of the situation, sent messengers to Hulagu, offering to surrender if the lives of his people would be spared. But Hulagu's terms were harsh, demanding total submission. In a desperate bid for a survival, Rukn al-Din Kursha sent envoys to Hulagu, offering to demolish his own fortresses and submit. The Mongols, known for sparing those who surrendered swiftly, gave him a choice: dismantle all of the Hashashin strongholds or face total destruction. Rukn al-Din agreed and began dismantling nearby fortresses. But the Mongols were not convinced that the Hashashin could be trusted. Hulagu was determined to eliminate the threat completely, leaving no chance of future retaliation. Despite Rukn al-Din's attempts to negotiate, the Mongols advanced on Alamut itself. In December of 1256, the Mongols breached the fortress's defenses. The Hashashin fought bravely, but the overwhelming Mongol force could not be stopped. The walls fell, and the once mighty fortress of Alamut was sacked. Its treasures were looted, and its famed library, filled with manuscripts on philosophy, science, and theology, was destroyed. The Hashashin stronghold, which had inspired fear across the Muslim world, was reduced to ruins. Rukn al-Din Kursha was captured and brought before Hulagu. Initially, Hulagu showed some leniency, taking Rukan al-Din with him on his campaigns. He was eventually sent to the Mongol court in Karakorum to meet Mongol Khan, the Great Khan. However, he was denied an audience with Mongol, and in 1257, Rukan al-Din was executed, marking the final end of the Hashashin leadership. The death of their grandmaster symbolized the end of an era and sent a clear message. No one could defy the Mongol Empire and survive. The Mongols did not stop at Alamut. Determined to eliminate any trace of the Hashashin, they sought out and destroyed other Ismaili fortresses across Persia. Hulagu's forces hunted down remaining members of the order, ensuring that the Hashashin would never rise again. Those who survived went into hiding, their power shattered, their influence reduced to whispers. The once feared sect of Hashashin had been erased from history, its remnants scattered and powerless. With the Hashashin defeated, Hulagu Khan continued his campaign, eventually capturing Baghdad and bringing an end to the Abbasid Caliphate. His conquests reshaped the Islamic world, spreading Mongol influence deep into the Middle East. The fall of Alamut marked the end of an era. The once feared Hashashin had been crushed, and their shadowy influence over politics had vanished. Hulagu's campaign would be remembered as one of the most brutal but transformative in Middle Eastern history. The Mongol conquest of Alamut was more than a battle. It was a clash of two radically different ways of wielding power. The Hashashin had ruled through fear and secrecy, while the Mongols commanded through sheer force and relentless expansion. The fall of Alamut marked the end of the Hashashin order's dominance, and it reminded the world that even the most feared powers can be swept away by forces beyond their control. Today, Alamut stands in ruins, a silent testament to an age of mystery, power, and the inevitability of change. Enjoyed this video? Subscribe for more contents on the Mongols,